have ever been sexually abused, if you're a sexual abuse victim, this interview is a must-see and must-hear. And you might even want to go to our website, 100huntley.com, at the end of the show and share it with maybe somebody that you know who has gone through sexual abuse. My next guest is a sexual abuse survivor who has found healing and forgiveness in the midst of heartache and pain. Welcome, Ivan, to our show.
Thank you.
Your story starts off as at a young age, you befriend a minister.
That's correct.
In your local community. Tell me about that.
Well, anyway, back in 1970s, there was a minister, an Anglican minister that came to the community of Wiagama Lake. And he had access to the community because he was also a pilot. And then he also was in Boy Scouts.
So he would take the boys, including yourself, on trips. He'd take you on flights in his plane. He really became a friend to the local boys.
That's correct. Yeah, I think that's how he got many boys to trust him.
And then that relationship took a turn for the worse. Tell me what happened.
Yes, I guess I was around probably around 10 or 11. That's when things happened. What I say are beyond my control because, you know, what happened was like he sexually abused me. And then I do recall where it happened, what I smelled, because, you know, each one of us, we have what I call a memory bank. And in that memory bank, we have everything, whether it was good or bad, stored there. So that's, you know, it was there. After it happened, I stored it in a memory bank. And basically, from there, it was in my back pocket kind of thing. I was taking it wherever I went.
Did you ever tell anybody about the abuse?
No, I didn't, because shame is associated with sexual abuse. A person who's been sexually abused, you know, they have this shame that they carry with them. So it's hard for a person to come out and talk about it and to even tell a close friend or even parents.
And to your knowledge, were the other boys abused as well in your community?
Well, they have been coming out in the last number of years, so yes.
And what happened after, as you grew up, you started taking that anger out on people. You started abusing, you started gas sniffing, trying to take your life. Tell me about how that anger came out.
Well, after it happened, what took place in my life, my heart, was pain. There was so much pain because of what happened that I had to find a way to cover up that pain. So what did I do? I abused alcohol. I got into gas sniffing, self-mutilation. That's how I dealt with the pain. And there was also, you know, a time too that I wanted to take my own life. You know, I popped pills, and, you know, I also wanted to use a firearm to end my life because of so much pain I was carrying.
And did you associate the pain with your abuse? Did you know that there was a correlation between the two, or did you think, I'm just going through a rough time, or did you know that that was the reason why?
No, I couldn't make that connection because at a young age, you know, I couldn't. What happened here? This is how I behaved, because I used to think I'm doing this because, hey, I'm a teenager, you know. But I was never able to make connection to it.
Take us back to that day when you did pull up that firearm and you wanted to take your life. What was going through your mind?
Well, you know, there was so much pain. This was back in 90s when the stories came out, and I saw a newspaper of what was happening in a neighboring community, and I saw pictures. Memories started flooding, and I saw a gun flash before my eyes. I can still see it. It was Model 94, 3030. This is how I was going to end my life. But somehow, I must have heard this somewhere because I had to find a way to get rid of this feeling of wanting to take my own life. So I found a coworker who was there with me. You know, I said, this is what happened. This is what's going on. So I kind of had to unload, even though my coworker at that time didn't know how to help me. I had to find a way to get rid of all this stuff that was boiling over.
All the anger. Well, we're going to return with Ivan. He finally decides to face his demons in an unexpected way. Stay with us.